Hello and welcome to the drive-thru. I'm your host Tony T as we broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out here well before the top of the hour. We'll give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. That's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday, 6 Eastern time is deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern time and later. And to deliver those winners of professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place, let's take a peek at who's on the show here for today. With us is Jovan Burts. We got Ninos, Brad Francis, Chris Ruffolo, service host, and back from his vacay is Brian Bitler. Here's how they're going to line up here for tonight. We've got Bitler, Francis, Burts, Ruffolo, no Kakar. I don't know how that got in there. It's Ninos, and then I will close this one out. All right, Chris. All right, here we go. Today, well, we got one from college hoops. We got 5 from NHL. So I kind of opened up a little bit. I'll let some of the cappers throw in some baseball, some season win totals, NBA player or team props, playoff props, and as well as will or won't make playoffs.
You know, Tony, a 6 or 7 game card doesn't mean there can't be money be made across the board. Tons of action going on, whether it's, like you said, futures, team props, whatever, what have you. Tons of opportunities out there, and I'm excited for you. A great show tonight.
A great show tonight. We got a lot of baseball on the show as well. Baseball starts Thursday, man. You've got 30 teams. They throw a lot of games. I think April 9th, we start that 15-game schedule. They split them up the first 2 games instead of right now. So they want to protect the gate there to have that opening day crowd. So I understand that. But then on April 9th, April 7th we started, but April 9th we got those 15-game cards. We got those 15-game cards. It seems like 5 days out of the week, so it's a lot of action from baseball. Probably the most picks we put on any sports is baseball, so we got to put in the work. Let's get the show underway here. Baseball on the mind. Let's bring in Brian Bitler. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Print, where he does fine work up there. Brian, what's happening?
Tell you what, super excited about baseball, and off a 3-0 Sunday, going for 5 straight winning days today. So hopefully I got some momentum heading into baseball season.
Yeah, great. That's awesome, Brian. And of course, you've got 2 season win totals. We'll start with the first one. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, guys. For one of my plays today, I'm going to go over 64.5 wins for the Pittsburgh Pirates, a team that should be playing a bit in this coming Major League Baseball season. While the Pirates will struggle, they do have some really good up-and-coming talent in my opinion, a weak division here with a bad Chicago Cubs team, a bad Cincinnati Reds team, and a Cardinals team that's just slightly above average. All in all, I see the Pirates getting around 66 to 68 wins here, so I'm going to go with the over 64.5 wins for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
All right, Brian here on over 60.5 wins here with the Pittsburgh Pirates. All right, Chris, the Bryans have the Pirates have been, they've been called cheap. They don't really like to spend a lot of money. They try to work on their farm system. They make trades with other cellar dweller teams to try to get better. Sometimes they work the waiver outlier. Looks like Brubaker is your starter, and here's a starter that had an ERA over 5 last year.
Yeah, and you try to remedy the situation by bringing in Jose Quintana. You still got Roberto Perez and Daniel Vogelbach coming into the lineup as well, but. Yeah, Tony, like you said, it's a payroll around $35 million. It just makes you wonder if Brian Reynolds will end up being shipped prior to the All-Star break. But I'm with Brian here. I think there is something to be said for the Pittsburgh Pirates, and we're on the same wavelength. I have the Pirates finishing just over this total, maybe around 65 to 68 wins. So, the Pirates are bad, but I don't think they're that bad. I like the over the total.
Yeah, not as bad as 64.5. Can play for the home crowd at least, and play a little better baseball at home. So Brian here on over 64.5 here on the Pittsburgh Pirates. All right, Brian, you're going to be looking here at the Miami Marlins as well.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, guys, I'm going to be playing also in the Miami Marlins many times during this coming baseball season because they always seem to be underpriced, and they have a wealth of young talent as starting pitcher, Sandy Alcantara, Trevor Rogers, and Sixto Sanchez, who should be back by July off of injury. But let's remember this team plays in what I believe is maybe the best division in baseball, the Eastern Division. I just don't see them getting to 78 wins this year, having to play the Philadelphia Phillies, New York Mets, and the Atlanta Braves, who are very tough. For me, I'm going to play on the under 77.5 wins for the Miami Marlins.
All right, Brian says go under here with the Marlins. Marlins was an interesting team here. They actually had a winning record at home, 42-39. But, man, that road record was atrocious here for the Marlins, Chris, at 25-56.
Yeah, and obviously it has to get better if the Marlins are going to think about competing at all. But there were, a lot of that had to do with the lack of run production, and hopefully bringing in guys like Jorge Soler, Avisail Garcia, Joey Wendell, Jacob Stallings. Hopefully these are guys that can contribute to that. It'd just be interesting to see, because the Miami Marlins have always been that team that makes the moves. It just doesn't come to fruition. So it'll be interesting to see if they can actually live up to that this season.
All right, Brian here. Here's his picks here. Pirates to go over 64.5 wins. And we also have the Marlins under 77.5 wins. And MLB regular season win totals. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium for action for tonight. You're actually showing good profit here last 7 days, as well as in the NBA. No NBA tonight, but tomorrow there's 12 games. Of course, tonight we got the NCAA tournament game, as well as 5 from the ice. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Tell you what, super excited as I've been heating up, going for 5 straight winning nights off a 3-0 day yesterday. I got my no limit total in that college basketball game tonight. You're going to want to be on for $30 at pickdogs.com premium picks. If you want my Major League Baseball pass, right up until when the season starts, I got a $200 off, just $4.95. Gets you every single play from me all season long. And you got to think that's a lot of months of baseball for $495.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Brian Bitler over at Pick Dogs Premium. See the numbers here showing good profit over the past 7 days. Has his college basketball Monday no limit total up there. Get on board with that. Or if you prefer, as Brian was talking about, he's got the long-term passes. He does have his all-inclusive MLB season and postseason early bird pass. This is a great value here for $495. Baseball goes right to about November 1st, right? That's when we finish the postseason. We actually, you're talking about, we're here in April. You got May, June, July, August, September, October, November. 7 months, right? Seven months of baseball action with that 1 month of postseason. So a good time to get on board with Brian Bitler's MLB season and postseason pass. Every MLB premium play now and the postseason from Brian. That's a fantastic value. Probably about $80 a month there when you do the math there. So it's just really good value, almost less than $3 a day for Brian's premium picks for Major League Baseball. Also, if you're looking for other passes up there, that 1 month pass will get you all of Brian's plays from MLB for 30 days, as well as NBA. Remember, the NBA playoffs begin, the playoff rounds, those eight series begin Easter weekend, April 16th and 17th, and that 1 month pass will take you right through the first round, maybe the beginning, few days of the second round of the NBA playoffs, and of course, end of NHL regular season. Brian, as always, great having you show. Continue that success. We'll talk with you at the end of the week, but I know you also contribute to the Pick Dogs channel with a lot of content, including those videos. Looks like we might have lost Brian there.
Oh, I'm back. For some reason, my audio just went off in my head.
All right.
I'm glad to be back here. Really missed you guys, and check me out every single day. I'm going to put out the Money in the Bank video along with my free picks video. Make sure you check that out on the Pick Dogs YouTube channel.
Pick Dogs YouTube channel. Check it out, Brian. But all right, Brian, have yourself a great week. We'll talk to you on Friday.
I'll see you on Friday, guys. Have a good week.
You got it. Brian Bitler here on The Drive. Let's continue coverage here. Join with Chris Ruffolo. Of course, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Free picks every single day. Of course, it all gets started with that morning show at 10 a.m. Eastern Time every single day. It's Mitch with his 7 picks in 5 minutes, and follow that up with Joe Madden 10:05 and with their sports betting pick show with picks. They talk about line move, a lot of industry talk there at 10:05. Of course, there's shows leading up to us with the Puck and Crazy show, the hockey show with Joe Madden. We got the soccer show. We've got Goran and Ashley, and of course, Mitch fits in his sports betting tools show where he generates picks from that sports betting tools. Of course, leads us to our drive-through at 6 Eastern Time. We always ask for help, guys. Help us build our audience with those likes, those thumbs up, because it really helps us out.
Yeah, for sure it does, Tony, because at the end of the day, without your guys' love and support, the ones that watch our videos, our live shows, everything we do at Pick Dogs YouTube, and Pick Dogs in general, I don't think would be where it is today. So thank you guys for the love and support. You guys help keep us going, and we're only going to get bigger and better with your support. So keep those likes coming in. Show you how much we appreciate it. We'll do a like goal for tonight's action. We can get to 150 likes. Got an NHL play for you guys, as well as a player prop from tonight's national championship game.
Keep those likes, those thumbs up coming in. Let's continue on here on the drive-through. It's time for Brad Francis. You find him over at Pick Dogs, where he's been tearing it up in the NBA. Brad, what's happening?
What's up, gentlemen? How's it going?
It's going great. All right, here we go. NCAA tournament game here at 9:20 Eastern Time over on TBS. Features Kansas here facing North Carolina. Kansas laying 4, total 152.
Yeah, my free play here, I'm going with this over 152 or whatever you could get it at. Both these teams play at a very fast pace. Ken Palm has UNC ranked 40th and Kansas 65th in adjusted tempo. And I think we're going to see that style of play tonight. Shots are going to be putting up at a fast pace, and not much shot clock is going to be used by either of these teams. And I think we see a lot of threes as well in this game. This matchup is loaded with elite shooters like Agbaji, Love, Braun, Martin. The list just keeps going on. And, both these teams, they come in averaging 78.6 points per game. I thought it was kind of odd they averaged the same amount of points. So, these teams don't even have to hit their season average in points to get over this number. And, when it comes to UNC, they've been a moneymaker when betting the over this season as well. 19 overs and 12 unders. And with the way Kansas has shooting the ball, if you're looking to play the total in this game, I think you have to take the over in this one. If you take the under, you're definitely going to be sweating this one out. And I can see both teams getting into the 80s in this one. So take the over here.
All right, we got Brad here on Kansas Villanova over 152. This both are Chris, fast-paced, up-tempo teams. The referees, just hold on to your whistles. This is the fast pace. You don't want to screw up this game. It should be an entertaining one tonight. And, of course, you always factor in the foul fest at the end. If a team gets a big enough lead, they're going to foul to the very end. Of course, that also helps you out here when we get into these postseason games with betting overs.
Yeah, I totally agree here. I think this is going to be a star-studded affair. Like Brad said, you got Caleb Love, you've got Agbaji, and you've still got guys like Brady Manick for UNC who's been lighting it up from three. I can't. There are too many names for me to really go into depth here, but I see this as a high-scoring game. I can see likewise both teams getting into the high 70s, if not into the 80s. So it's going to be one of the more entertaining, I think, college basketball championships in recent memory.
All right, Kansas Villanova over 152. This one will have a start time here at 9:20 Eastern Time. It's on TBS, not CBS. TBS will televise this one. All right, Brad, let's take a look over at Tony's picks over at Pick Dogs Premium here for action on Monday. Of course, that one game from the NCAA tournament. We also have 5 on the ice, but tomorrow, again, big 12-game NBA card. You're doing great work here in the NBA, over 1,600 units of profit. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to miss the NBA tonight, but I just got one play. It's my play in the college basketball game. I do like this over, but if you want my best play, it's pick against the spread. So check that out. It's only $24.99, great value there. And, of course, my long-term packages, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day. I need to put up a MLB full season. I'm super pumped for the MLB season this season. So, check out my page on Pick Dogs. There's a lot of options there.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Brad Francis over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the numbers in the NBA, 1,619 units of profit. He does have his premium play, ATS here, Kansas, UNC, so get on board with that. Of course, he does have his long-term season passes. If you want to go with his NBA season pass, a great value right now for the remainder of the NBA season, only $400. You get all of Brad's plays here now until the end of the NBA regular season, which goes sometime in the middle of February. So about 2.5 months worth of NBA premium picks from Brad Francis for only $400. A great value there, considering you see the numbers here Brad's putting up in the NBA. They've been great. Of course, you can also go, if you prefer an all sports pass, he has that 1 month all sports pass. You get every play from Brad for 30 days. That'll take you right through the first round of the NBA playoffs, a couple of days into the second round, and of course, remainder of NHL regular season and baseball, which begins here on Thursday. And of course, with that 30-day all sports pass, you can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Brad, as always, great having your show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you again later in the week.
All right, thank you guys. Have a good day.
You got it. Brad Francis here on The Drive. So let's continue on here with the show with Chris. Chris, where do we sit with our like goal?
Well, Tony, we're making some progress. Got 32 likes already. Got 86 people watching, so we don't have enough people watching right now that we can have everyone click the like button. We'd be at our like goal. But we can get those likes in. Sooner we get them in, less work we have to do throughout the show. So get those likes in. Each and every single one helps us out. It doesn't cost you a cent. When we get to our like goal, we'll have an NHL play for tonight as well as a national championship player prop.
All right, guys, keep those thumbs up coming in. We greatly appreciate it. Let's continue on here on The Drive-Thru. It's time to go ahead and welcome to the show Jovan Burts. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. He's put up some great numbers here for 20-22. So let's go ahead and bring Jovan in right now. Baseball is on the docket here with Jovan. We're going to look at a season win total. See if we can bring him in right now. Here we go. Jovan Burts. Jovan, what's happening?
Not much. Just looking forward to this college basketball game, national championship game. and gonna run down this baseball.
That's right. Baseball here is coming aboard here. Of course, we've got a team near you at the Boston Red Sox. I know you gave the Boston Celtics a game, season win total. They're doing better than we thought they would. They have a shot at the title, right?
Hey man, the young guns, they're coming into their own. Let's just say that.
Absolutely. All right. So now in baseball, you're going to be looking here at the Red Sox.
Yeah, going to run with the hometown team. 85.5 win total. Let's see what it is. I'm going with the over in this one. Now, what the Red Sox did last year was surprising, but they did a good job. Went to the playoffs, lost out to Houston, but Houston's Houston. But this year, looking at the same lineup, added Trevor Story, snatched them out of the Yankees' hands because the Yankees were going hard at Trevor Story. So now you have a lineup that's pretty formidable. You got Xander Bogaerts, you got Rafael Devers, who I think is going to be in the running for MVP this season. JD Martinez, DHing. Like I said, Trevor Story. You got guys like Alex Verdugo, Kiki Hernandez, to lead it off. And this, I like the way this lineup shapes up. A lot of heavy hitters. That could keep the the rotation going as far as runs being produced. You got a couple heavy hitters on the home run. On home runs, and they'll. I think in the beginning of the season, they'll be stronger than the pitching staff because there's no Chris Sale, no James Paxton, who they got in the offseason, but they do have Nate Eovaldi starting. They also have Rich Hill. He's gonna be on the back end to fill the void. Nick Pivetta, who did good last year. You also have young guys like Tanner Hawk. I'm excited to see what he's gonna do this season. And they got a strong bullpen. Nowadays in baseball, you need a strong bullpen because these starters don't go long. 5 innings, 4 to 5 innings. It's a lot of nights, and with a strong bullpen, that's what carries you through in the regular season. So I think it all adds up to an over for the Boston Red Sox.
All right. Jovan says go over on the Boston Red Sox. Of course, Sale with that injury could come back. Will come back at some point, so it's not one of those long-term injuries here for Sale. As Jovan was going through the hitting, it's going to be a strong hitting lineup. The starting pitching, well, there's Luis Rodriguez was sort of their ace, but I don't know, he might have been what I call a phony ace. He really didn't have ace type stuff at all. He was kind of a 2 or lucky to be a 3 guy in there, but I think really, Chris, what we saw from the Red Sox, what we didn't expect. Now we saw that we made fun of the Red Sox when they had that disastrous game against Baltimore over the season, but what we got from the Red Sox was their bullpen performed really good. Well, we did not expect that from that Red Sox team.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be a big key to them, getting closer, even going over this win total, is you're going to need a bullpen that can finish games. And I mean, you're also going to need a bullpen that can chew up a lot of innings. Like Jovan said, Rich Hill, normally a 5-inning guy as it is. We're going to have to see if Michael Wacha can really hold a spot in the rotation as well. He did have an ERA over 5 for the Rays last year, so it's going to be interesting to see. But once you get guys like Nick Pivetta rolling and Chris Sale with this batting lineup, it could be a very scary Boston Red Sox team, and take that from a Blue Jays fan in the same division.
Yeah, of course, when you face the Orioles, that's how many you'll need to get over 70, right? Jovan, you think? That's
Hey, they're the AOE's punching bag.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
how I see it.
It's going to be ugly there. When you remember when you're taking in those accounts, you are playing the Baltimore Orioles 18 times, so it's
Right.
not as hard as you may think. Red Sox over 85.5 regular season wins. All right, John, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium here for tonight's action. You're doing great work here for 2022, approaching 1,000 views to profit, all documented. So you can visit Pick Dogs Premium and check out Jovan's profile page. You'll see all the plays there, fully documented. Tonight we got just one NCAA on the card. Of course, the NBA returns in full force tomorrow here with 12 games. What do you have going on over the site?
Yeah, so it's money, so you know what that means. Time to get this money with my money back Monday. National championship game. It's gonna be a bang. I got the side and the total. So check that out on Pick Dogs. You can check me on my 3-day, my 7-day, my 30-day, or my yearly. I'll have a baseball package up soon. It's all here. Sports Chat Place at Pick Dogs. You can also check me out on the 2-for-1 Cappers. Match me one of the other guys on the website. It's all here. Come get it.
Yeah, come get it here with Jovan Burts over at Pick Dogs Premium. See the numbers here: 964 units of profit, 2022 documented, all document there. He's got his play up there tonight from the NCAA tournament. You can also get on board here. He's got a total and the side, so there's a couple up there from Jovan. You can also go long-term with Jovan Burts over at Pick Dogs Premium. He does have a 1-month all-sports pass. Of course, that 1-month pass will get you all of Jovan's plays here from the NBA. That'll take you to the end of the regular season, into the first round, and a few days into round 2 of the NBA playoffs. So a good time to get on board with that. Of course, baseball starts on Thursday, so a good 4 weeks of baseball from Jovan Burts with that 1-month all sports pass. And as he said, add a second capper for the 2-for-1 cap promotion. That's even greater value there. All right, Jovan, it's always great having your show. Continue your success. We'll talk with you later in the week. But I know you also contribute on the Pick Dogs channel with videos.
Yeah, a day off today, but tomorrow back at it, with two free picks. So come check it out. It's on the YouTube channel.
Check out the YouTube channel. Look for Jovan Burts at Pick Dogs with his free picks daily up there on the side. All right, Jovan, have a great night. We'll talk later.
Absolutely. See you on Friday.
See you on Friday. Jovan Burts here on The Drive. Let's continue on here on the show with Chris. Chris, where do we sit with our like goal?
We're at 55 likes right now, 108 people watching. So we need to get those likes in, and we can get to 150. Like I said, I'll have an NHL play for you guys tonight that I really love, as well as a national championship player prop, and try to sweeten the pot a little bit. We can 50. I'm looking for a second, either NHL play or player prop. So keep those likes coming in. Sooner you guys get them in, sooner we can get you the plays for tonight's action, make you some money.
All right, keep those thumbs up, those likes coming in. All right, you guys have asked for hockey. We got hockey back to back here from Chris and El Ninos on the after Chris's pick, and of course, if we get to that like goal, we got another one. So for you guys looking for the hockey, here it comes. 7:30 Eastern time. Lightning here to host the Maple Leafs marquee matchup here. Lightning $1.40, total 6.5.
Yeah, Tony, this is a game that obviously very near and dear to my heart, as my Maple Leafs are taking on the Lightning. In like you said, what actually looks like a potential playoff preview with these two teams sitting second and third in the Atlantic Division. Both, if the playoffs started today, this would be the first round matchup. And believe it or not, I'm going to go with the Toronto Maple Leafs here. Call me a homer if you want, but the thing is, the Lightning just had their 4-game win streak snapped at the hands of the Montreal Canadiens in a shootout, and the reality of that win streak is that Tampa Bay just did not have the toughest competition. Yes, they beat the Carolina Hurricanes, but other than that, they beat the Chicago Blackhawks, the New York Islanders, and the Detroit Red Wings, 3 teams that are not even within sniffing distance of a wild card spot right now. And that's key because the Lightning 1-7 in their last 8 games against teams with records, a winning percentage above 600, which is something that the Toronto Maple Leafs have. Now, you look at the 4-game win streak that the Leafs are currently on. Yeah, they beat up on the Flyers, but they beat up on the Jets, the Panthers, and the Bruins, 3 teams that are going after a wild card spot like the Jets are, or teams in a playoff position like the Florida Panthers and the Boston Bruins. Compare the records of the 2 win streaks. The Leafs win streak combined record of opposition, 146, 98, and 32. So around a 63% win percentage. And the Tampa Bay Lightning, 127, 112, and 37, hanging around closer to a 500 percentage. I just think the Lightning struggle against these steps up in opposition. Easy for me to say. And Andrei Vasilevsky, former Vezina Trophy winner for the Lightning, in goal, has been kind of pedestrian in his last few games. 7-6 in his last 13 starts, with a goals against average around 265, save percentage around just above 910. I think the Leafs can take advantage of that tonight and get themselves a big win in terms of momentum and playoff positioning. I'm taking the Leafs at plus money in this one.
All right, Chris taking the plus money here with Maple Leafs plus 120 against the Lightning. Yeah, the Lightning, some are saying probably not the same team like they've been the last few seasons. They do have a losing record over their past 13, going 6-7.
Yeah, and to be quite honest with you, I've learned better at certain than in the past, and to really count out the Tampa Bay Lightning, because let's face it, these are still the 2-time defending Stanley Cup champions. But Tony, like you said, they haven't looked right. I won't say that they're not the same, but they haven't looked right in the last few games. They still have Steven Stamkos. They still got Braden Point. Nikita Kucherov still on that team, as well. This is a really good Tampa Bay team that could be a force in the playoffs, but this could be, like I said before, the same thing, the Los Angeles Lakers syndrome, where it's just the Lightning are worried about making the playoffs. They don't care where they make the playoffs. They just care about making it. And then once they get there, that's when they'll do their damage. But for right now, I've got to take the Maple Leafs, who are still chasing home ice advantage in that first round playoff series.
Yeah, looking for that. Of course, you got the Maple Leafs where you want them at plus price. I would have to say they haven't been good at favorites at home. When you see some of their numbers here, the unit return here against the division, I should say, against the division, they're 11-6 straight up, but a -5 unit return.
Who's that? Toronto?
Toronto, yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of that has to do with the fact that they've lost to Montreal twice. They lost the outdoor game to Buffalo. I think they lost again to Buffalo before that. So when they're minus 200, 300 favorites in those spots, obviously that's going to hurt the ROI. But yeah, like I said, getting a team like Toronto at plus money, it's just something I can't pass up on, even against the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Maple Leafs plus 120 against the Lightning. Now this one will have a start time of 7:30 Eastern time. This is your TV game over on NHL Network. All right, Chris, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs. We're showing great results here the past 7 days. 470 units of profit, all documented over at Pick Dogs. So you can visit Pick Dogs and check out Chris's profile page. It'll show all his picks. Of course, Chris, as we know, the national championship game from college hoops is on the board. We got 5 on the ice. Tomorrow, the NBA returns with 12 big games. What do you have going on over at the site?
Well, tonight, Tony, like you said, the big game for a lot of us tonight, that national championship game. Got my 10-star slam dunk on there for $39.95. Guys, we talk about long term. If you're looking for some added value, you can get tonight's play as well as a couple more days of NBA and NHL action with the 3-day for, I believe, $99. The week gets you into the opening weekend of Major League Baseball season. The month gets you well into the first month of the season, as well as some early playoff action. And the year gets you full seasons and playoffs of all the major sports. NBA, MLB, NFL, college football, college hoops, everything, for about $100 a month for my year release. So let's check that out. You can also pair me up with anyone as part of the 2-for-1 capper deal. You can pair me up with Tony T, do the host duo. Little Al, Big Al, Jovan, Brian, Brad. We're all going to make you money at Pick Dogs. You still got my season pass up there for MLB, the preseason special. I believe it's $4.95. And guys, that's some of your best value. Like Tony said, you're getting about 7 months worth of baseball action for one awesome price. Just not only regular season, but the postseason as well. Tons of chances for you guys to make money at Pick Dogs. You just got to go over and check them out.
That's right, guys. Got on board with Chris Ruffolo over at Pick Dogs. Paying 470 units of profit the last 7 days, fully documented tonight. He's got his slam dunk from the NCAA tournament. Of course, the long-term pass, as Chris was talking about, is the way to go. You can get on board with his 1-month all-sports pass. But if you want a lot of baseball, it's going to be a lot of baseball here coming up. 7 months of baseball coming up on Thursday when you count the postseason. Only $499 for Chris's Major League Baseball season pass, and he said it's a preseason special. So once Thursday comes and they have that first pitch in the opening day, the price goes up. So you better hurry up and take advantage of Chris's MLB season pass score. That's all of his Major League Baseball premium picks for 7 months, including the playoffs. So it's a good value there over at Pick Dogs Premium. Let's continue on here for the show, joined by Chris. Chris, where do we sit now with our like goal?
Well, Tony, we're halfway to our goal. We're at 75 likes right now. 142 people watching, so got it close to enough that if everybody that was watching just hit that like button, doesn't cost you a cent. You get you an NHL play for tonight, as well as a player prop from the national championship game. I'm looking for a second, but we still got to get to 150 before we can even get the first two. So, guys, get those likes in. Sooner you get them in, sooner we can make you some money. We're at 77 right now.
That's right. We got El Ninos coming with another hockey pick. We got to get to 150 to get that third hockey pick of the show. So keep those likes, those thumbs up coming in. Next up, El Ninos. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium, where he's done fine work this season in the NHL. El, what's happening?
Going pretty good. How are you?
Fantastic. All right, here we go. At 10:30 Eastern time, your late game features the Kings at home to face the Calgary Flames. Flames here laying $1.75, total of 6.
Yeah, we're looking another dog here. I know you've noticed these Kings racking up a couple of wins this season, and they've done that coming into this game as well, and they're catching the Flames, who are the better team, more talented team. But they've been struggling a bit lately, and honestly, I think you're laying a bit too much juice with them on the road here against a team that's playing some very good hockey. So I'll take that almost, what, plus 150, where is it at now? Yeah, plus 150 around there for the Kings. And yeah, I hope they keep get one more win on the streak going.
Yeah, the Kings here plus 150 against the Flames. All right, Chris. The Kings they haven't been hit too much with COVID rescheduling, so there are teams behind them that have a lot of games in hand. So the Kings can't just look at the standings and say, "Hey, we're sitting pretty here with a nice lead here in the playoffs." They got to keep winning because these teams will make up games on them.
Oh yeah, for sure. And a young team like LA, they can't afford to take their foot off. I mean, it's a young team that necessarily hasn't been in this spot before, where they've been in a playoff spot and they've kind of got to close out games. Yeah, you have guys like Jonathan Quick and Anze Kopitar and Adrian Kempe who have been in there, but still it's a fairly young team that has to
rebuild.
Learn how to. Yeah, exactly. They were supposed to be in a rebuild, and it looks like they're 1-2 years ahead of schedule. So I think they have to learn to close games, but like you said, Tony, this can't be a spot where they kind of get caught with their pants down, so to speak. I like the Kings in this one as well at the plus money.
Look at the Kings. My only I'm a little concerned, nerves with this Kings team. Kind of an up and down team against some of the tougher competition at home. They've fallen flat. We saw Colorado pound them. We saw the Bruins just destroy them. So Al, Ninos, any concern here when the Kings at home against tougher competition?
Yeah, well, you look at both these teams. Neither of them has been particularly good at home, so it's just numbers. I expect them to improve on those numbers as the season winds down. I mean,
the last.
There's no reason you shouldn't be playing any better at home than you do on the road. So,
yeah, they came out with some wins at Calgary and Winnipeg. Winnipeg was impressive back-to-back. Calgary, I should say, they got a win there, and that was a back-to-back spot after losing to Edmonton. So they come back from the Canadian trip. I believe they got a point in that Edmonton game, was a tie, I believe. So they came out as there with 7 points, which was actually pretty good for them after you come off a homestand where you had losses to Seattle and the Blackhawks. Chris.
Yeah, no, I can't disagree with anybody. I'm still blown away with where this Kings team has come. Like I said, in a spot where they were supposed to be in a rebuild, and they've exceeded expectations. The Flames, on the other hand, though, I know you guys just talked about this, but just to me personally, it looks like they're kind of I don't want to say running out of gas, but it's just they want to make sure they get into the playoffs as healthy as possible.
That's what the coach, he likes to play those tight games. We saw it all those years with those Stanley Cup teams, right, where they play those tough, grinding 2-1 games, 3-2 games, and at some time it just works your mind out. It's tough to play that style of hockey there, Chris.
Yeah, that's Daryl Sutter hockey in a nutshell. He's an old style coach where he just likes seeing guys beat each other up, and it's the mindset that's carried the Flames throughout the years, I think, and especially within the division.
Kings plus 150 against the Flames. This one will have a start time 10:30 Eastern time over on ESPN Plus. All right, Al Ninos, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Prim, where we put up great numbers this year in the NHL. Also showing great results in the NBA this year. But in the NHL, 1,667 units of profit. All documented, so you can visit Dell's profile page, go to Pick History. You'll see every play that's recorded. It's documented. It's graded immediately. Of course, Al, we got 5 from the NHL tonight. We got that 1 from the college hoops. What do you have going on over the site?
Just one play in each sport today. Got my play in the finals of the college basketball and my best NHL bet of the day. You can get them separately or grab one of those long-term passes. Get both plays, pair them up with your other favorite capper for an even better deal.
That's right, guys. I got on board with Al Ninos over at Pick Dodge. Pretty much showing great results in NHL. Past 7 days, 576 units of profit. Of course, Al separated his best bet from NHL and college basketball, so you get those individually. I thought he might have had a 3-pack. Sometimes you put a 2 NHL. You couldn't find that you couldn't find that second NHL.
No, I like these Kings, but not quite a 10-star play for me.
Yeah, I know. When you lose to Seattle and Chicago, that's tough. It's tough to make a case on that home.
A little too much inconsistency for that, but I do like the value there. The inconsistency does give you value, so there you go.
That is true, and they're on an upswing here, coming from the Canadian trip. But again, Al's separate. He's got his best bet from the NHL, his best bet from college basketball, sold separately. But then again, you want to take advantage of the long-term passes anyway and get the long-term pass. You want to try out for 3 days. We got a big 12-game NBA card tomorrow. Of course, you get all his plays for 3 days. Or if you prefer the 1-month pass, get you all of Al's plays for a month. That will take you to the end of the NHL regular season, right before the start of the playoffs. So a good time to get on board with one of Al's 1-month all sports pass. The NBA, of course, will get you through the first round, a few days into the second round. And of course, baseball, which begins Thursday. A good 4 weeks of baseball with that 1 month all sports pass from El Ninos. Of course, you can get on board with Al's 1 month all sports pass at a second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion. Even greater value there. Al, is always great having you on the show. Continue that success. There we go. Continue that success. We'll talk with you tomorrow. But I know you spot in once in a while on that Puck and Crate. You're supposed to be Wednesday, Thursday, but I saw you on a weekend show recently.
Yeah, well, I think she just started doing those weekend shows, so I'll try to make it on there. Probably Sundays might be best for me, but I'll try to make it on there whenever I can.
All right, so you can catch Al Ninos on spot shows here on the Puck and Crazy show, usually midweek, but once in a while he'll sprout his head into the show in the thumbnail at least. So get on board there and check out the show. All right, Al, we'll talk with you tomorrow.
Well, actually,
recap. We'll talk to you in the recap. That's right. El Ninos here on the drive to. Yes, we've just been Chris and I recently in the recap. I forgot we had someone else. So here we go. Let's continue here on the show with Chris. Even you, I had to do one solo the other day. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through. And of course, Chris, before we do, we got to know where we sit with that like because these guys want hockey picks, right? They were asking from the chat room. We got 2 in. There's possibly a third one coming, right?
Yeah, there is. I know it's you just don't like sharing me with other people. That's okay. We got 95 likes right now, guys. To get to our like goal, we need 150. We got 178 people watching right now. So we need about 55 of you that haven't hit the like button. Just hit that thumbs up. It doesn't cost you a cent. You're gonna get an a college basketball national championship player prop, as well as an NHL play. Still scouring the board trying to find a third, but either way, you're going to get 2 plays no matter what. That'll make you some money. We're at 100 likes right now. We need about 50 more, guys. It doesn't cost you a cent. Hit that thumbs up.
Hit those thumbs up, guys. Keep them coming. Let's get to 150. Let's get you that third hockey pick plus another prop from Chris. Let's continue on here with the show. Time for yours truly, front and center. We're going to look at a baseball. I've got a team here to not make the playoffs, and I was very surprised when I saw this number. I had to stand back and say, what? I'm getting this for the Mets not to make you got to be kidding me. I'm going to take it. Plus 230 not to make the playoffs. Now, we know the Syndergaard's an angel. We also know that DeGrom went down with a shoulder injury. Okay, there's no return date for him. Okay, and of course I have my concerns about Max Scherzer. I know Scherzer's coming, but did you see Scherzer the second half of the season? Did you see Scherzer in the postseason? He had a dead arm. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if you can count on him. In the second half of the season when you really need him down the stretch. So that's my concern here with the Mets. I know they've got a lot of money they're throwing around, but Max Scherzer for the next 3 years, $43 million, the way he looked last year and said I had a dead arm. I don't know. Of course, DeGrom, and of course there's no Stroman, right? They bring in Chris Bassett, who, Bassett had some good years in Boston, and he had some years where he didn't look so hot. But again, here's the situation. You're going from a small market, a micro. I'm not going to even call them small market. They're a micro market team. That's the Oakland Athletics, okay? They play to no one, all right? And then you go and play with New York Mets. We'll see how he handles that. We'll see how he handles that New York crowd, that New York atmosphere over there. So that's still a question mark for me as well. Their offense really struggled. We know Robinson Cano had that suspension, but he's up there in age. He's 39 years old now. He may be a DH. We'll see how he'll do, but of course health will be a question because he's had a lot of injuries during his time. Lindor's in there. Interested to see here with this team with Alfonso, Nimmo, some of the best regulars there, but Nimmo was injured as well. So Chris, again, I'm not. Again, we see the injury with DeGrom. Scherzer with that dead arm at the end of the season has me a little bit concerned, but I can't. I got to take the Mets here not to make the playoffs at 230.
Tony, the bow is practically sitting on top of the odds at this point. This is a gift. I mean, like you said, you got the Mets have guys like Brandon Nimmo, Michael Conforto, Pete Alonso, Robinson, whoever. That didn't stop the Mets from giving Jacob deGrom basically 0 run support last year, and whether he was healthy or not, that's not how you're going to win baseball games, even with your ace. And like you said, Max Scherzer is a guy that's had injuries at key times over the last 3+ seasons, and now the Mets are going to bring him in and hope that they're getting a clean bill of health. It's not going to happen. So I'd be surprised. This is going to be my bold prediction. I'm with you here on the Mets not to make the playoffs. If you can get the Mets to finish under 500, I would put a bet on that as well. I think the Mets are in trouble. I think this is going to be a team that's going to be having a fire sale at the All-Star break.
Wow, that's a big one because their season win total for the Mets, can you believe this? 90.5 wins.
Yeah, no shot. No shot whatsoever. I'm sorry. If you're a Mets fan in the chat, I'm sorry, but this Mets team has been the prototypical high expectation and extremely underwhelming team. I wouldn't be surprised if this team finishes with 79, 80 wins max.
Yeah, they're getting trashed. The Mets are getting trashed in the chat room. So, I don't think there are too many fans there of the Mets. So, Chris, of course, maybe an alternate season win total, right? You think under 500? So if you may get some plus there.
I've never heard of an alternate win total future. But hey, if you can find it, by all means, like I said, I am all in on the Mets finishing under 500 this season. If they want to prove me wrong, that's fine. But they haven't really done anything to convince me otherwise in the past couple of seasons.
All right, Mets not to make the playoffs here at plus 230. Guys, check out Pick Dogs. I got my best bet tonight is the NCAA tournament game between Kansas and North Carolina. And of course, you can get on both with my long-term passes. I have a 3, 7, and 30-day all sports pass. You get all my pre and plays for that period of time. We go to my profile page over at Pick Dogs and make the purchase. We do have that 2-for-1 capper promotion, so you can match me up with Big Al, Little Al, with Jovan, Brian Bitler, Brad Francis, Chris Ruffolo. Our 2-for-1 capper promotion is your best value there over at Pick Dogs. Our premium. Let's continue on here with the show. Joined by Chris. And Chris, where do we sit right now with our like goal?
Well, Tony, we're at 118 likes. We still need 32 more likes. There's 173 people watching. So we need basically less than 20% of you that haven't hit the like button to just smash that like button for us. It doesn't cost you a cent, and we'll get you some plays from tonight's action. At least one NHL play, as well as a national championship player prop.
All right, you guys wanted that extra NHL. Here you go. Let's get to that 150 like goal, and we get that extra NHL goal and the player prop goal. Let's go right to the recap here. We're joined here with Ninos as we go into the recap part of our show. We start here with Brian Bitler. He said he gave us a double here. He gave us the Pirates over 64.5 wins and the Marlins to go under 77.5 wins. That was his play here from Brian Bitler. Brad Francis says Kansas, North Carolina to go over 152. And we got Jovan here with the season win total. Says Red Sox over 85.5 regular season wins. Chris was on the Maple Leafs here at plus 120 against the Lightning. El Nino says take the plus money here with the LA Kings plus 150 against the Flames. Yours truly on the Mets to not N-O-T, make the playoffs at plus 230. Let's start with, before we get started with Chris, where do we sit with the like goal?
Well, it's funny, we're at, let's see here, 137, so we still need 13 likes. We're jumping up quickly, though, 139 now.
All right, keep those thumbs up coming in. All right, let's start with Chris. Chris, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Okay, I'm gonna split this. If we're talking about my favorite future on the board, I got to go with Tony with the Mets. But for tonight, I got to go with Al with the Kings at plus 150.
He likes the Kings here at plus 150, and of course does like the Mets here if you look at the season win total. All right, let's go over to Al. Al, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
I have to stay home tonight after this one, but I'll agree with Chris's Toronto Maple Leafs. I think it's a bit of value in that. As I said, I think if you bet both the Kings and Maple Leafs, you come out on top and have a very good shot of winning both, actually.
All right, he likes both pluses there. He can't see that Tampa Bay game. He's going to stay home. No Tampa Bay Lightning for El Ninos. I'm going to go with Brad Francis' pick here with Kansas, North Carolina over 152. And I just see it. This team's playing fast. And again, you've got that end game going for you with the foul fest. These teams make their Carolina makes their free throws. Kansas over 73% in conference, but Kansas, one thing, has been shooting the three well in the NCAA tournament at 40%. Of course, they were facing some undersized teams there, especially against Villanova. So now they're going to have to get the ball over those trees from North Carolina. So we'll see if they'll be able to get those threes off against this North Carolina team that seems to be playing above their numbers. So I'll go that direction. All right, Chris, did we get to the like goal?
Yeah, Tony, we just snuck over as you were pulling the Princeton offense to sort of help get us to that those last couple of likes, but we did get to 150.
I got to 150. Here's Chris with the picks.
All right, so first play we're going to look at. I couldn't find a third new play for you guys. So you know what? I'm not going to take a cheap way out, but I don't want you guys to miss this if you didn't catch this on Puckin' Crazy. Take Austin Matthews for an anytime goal scorer at minus 125. It's an absolute gift. I mean, Austin Matthews, he's scored 5 straight games, 14 of his last 17. He leads the league in goals with 51, and he has 26 goals in his last 30 games. Getting him at an anytime goal at minus 125 is another Christmas present from the books tonight. So take that, as well as take the St. Louis Blues in the first period, laying the half a goal. You're getting even money on that. Basically, if you want, if you sacrifice the push and getting your money back with a minus 280, you lay that half goal. Yeah, the St. Louis Blues have to win the period, but I think they do. Arizona starting an AHL goaltender tonight in Ivan Prosvetov. He's had a sub 900 save percentage in the AHL, and bringing him up from the minors for this game, it's hard to see him having success with a tired and pretty much just flat out bad Arizona Coyotes team, against a St. Louis Blues team that is in the thick of the playoff race. I think St. Louis gets out to a quick start, and I think they win the first period. They cover the first period spread there. So you're going to lay the half goal. And for the player prop for the national championship tonight, simply put, I'm going with Caleb Love over the points total tonight. I think if North Carolina's going to have any sort of success, it's going to happen through Caleb Love. We've seen him turn it on in the second half in multiple games. So if you take the over on Caleb Love's point total, and he has a slow first half, don't worry, because we have seen him come alive in the second half of the last couple games. I'm a fan of this guy. I can tell you I'm already going to be a fan once he goes pro. And simply put, I love his over the points totals, and I think he gets into the 20s. I think the last I saw it was at 16.5, which I think is another gift tonight. So those are going to be your three plays for tonight's action. Austin Matthews as an anytime goal scorer at minus 125. The St. Louis Blues minus a half goal in the first period, and Caleb Love over the points in the national championship game.
There we go. We thank Chris for those plays. We also thank the audience out there. Thank you very much for those likes, those thumbs up, and that support. We greatly appreciate it. That'll do it for this edition of the Drive Thru. We'll be back tomorrow again at 6 p.m. each time. We'll do it all over again. We'll have eight cappers booked on the show, giving out live free sports picks for the games in prime time. Don't forget, it all gets started every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. It's Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. Follow that up at 10:05 with the Sports Betting Pick Show with Mitch and Joe Madden. Free picks, line moves, public fades, little betting tools and industry talk there from Joe and Mitch. Of course, the 3 shows leading up to us. Puckin' Crazy, it's a hockey show with Joe Madden. Of course, we've got the hockey show with Goran and Ashley. Of course, Mitch's betting tools pick show gets some picks from his betting tools page. So be sure to tune in, leading up to us at 6 Eastern time. All right, let's go ahead and bring in the crew from tonight's show. Go ahead and wave good night to everyone. Have yourself a great night. We'll talk